Hi everyone! So this is my saddest sketchbook tour ever. And to say that it's the saddest, not because of vent art and everything, it's because it took me like 4 years to post this sketchbook because of the changes that has been happening in my life. So I am 26 years old and I have been through a lot of things in my adulthood. I generally thought that it was just going to be an easy peasy lemon squeezy 20s of my life, but no, it was me transitioning and discovering who I was and who I was meant to be. And I think this sketchbook is a storybook of it. And I started around January 2022. I was juggling through college, internship, and thesis defense. And, successfully I graduated around June. And I graduated the program of special needs education. So I am a teacher. I am a licensed teacher because, my family wanted me to pursue something more practical because, of course, in Asia, you're not really encouraged to do arts. So I listened to them. I told myself, hey, maybe I can be a teacher. It took me about 4 years to finish this course. And I would say that, no, I'm not a teacher anymore. So this is the story why I'm not a teacher anymore, and I am ready to share my story and my sketchbook. So it took me about 6 months to finish my unemployment era, and I was resting for a bit, and then I found a job offer in my nearest school, and it was quite a lot of transitions during that time. Not only I had a new job, not only it was the end of the pandemic, it was also me dating someone new. I met my boyfriend during that time, and up until now we are going strong. And yeah, quite a lot of transitions, quite a lot of changes, and this sketchbook reflects how I changed. So anyway, back to the story. I was a teacher for 4 months around 2023, and it was at first it was really fun, but then I kept on messing around. I kept on making mistakes and screwing up, and I kept getting scolded for it. And I was asking myself, am I for teaching? Am I for this? Maybe I'm just a beginner. Maybe I don't know what to do. Maybe it's the pandemic. So yeah, 4 months later, that's when I had the huge slap in the face by corporate. Because I was fired and removed for no particular reason. And that was very devastating, to say the least. And I was questioning myself if I was worth it in this job. And I was the very first, in our batch to get fired from a job. And it's only been 4 months. And took me about a month to find a new job. And I thought it was going to be alright. Turns out it wasn't. My next job was a sped job. And as much as I love the kids, I loved helping out kids with disabilities. The treatment of sped teachers is not as special. Generally, teachers aren't compensated for what they work for. And I was so burnt out. I was getting screamed at. I was paid low. And I just didn't want it anymore. So after 2 months, I chose myself and resigned. It was a really painful decision because I haven't even lasted at least 5 months in a job, and yet I jumped to another. And I found another job which was an art teacher job, and it was not good either. It was not good either because I became an art teacher, but I also became a marketing, a slave or some shit like that, and I was underpaid severely. So during that time, I was like having an identity crisis. If am I a teacher or am I an artist? But what if I starve? So I didn't really make a lot of art anymore. Hence why I had lots of blank pages here, but I did still want to pursue art to the very least. And yeah, it was like a hard decision because where am I going to go if not teaching? I mean, I'm not that famous yet. Yeah, and then that's when I started to make the hard decision of resigning my third job because it was kind of exploiting me at some way or another. I did some tutoring as a financial safety net, and that's when I started having my own sense of identity, I guess, because I applied for lots of art tutors and lots of art cons, and I got accepted. I got accepted to my art cons. Everybody loved what I draw. I got even more money from arts than when I was a teacher. And I want to say thank you guys. Thank you for letting me out of this rut that I was in. And thank you for like encouraging me and opening my eyes to where I am meant to be. I'm not sure if this resonates to you, but you know, if people keep on discouraging you, I say that don't believe them, because who knows what potential you are ready to unleash. Oh shit, I'm sorry, I am suffering from a cold right now. Who knows what potential you are ready to unleash and how far you can go if you actually like stop lying to yourself. I stopped lying to myself and I start believing in myself that hey, I belong in the arts. This is where I am supposed to be. I don't like teaching. I am more fulfilled in the arts path. And now I am a full-time graphic designer and I do tables on the weekends. I do lots of art now, more than teaching. And that's when I like discovered my self-worth through doing what I love. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for listening.